Yeah, yeah.
Sir, I didn't rename myself.
Oh, you can't rename. That's okay. Anyway, I think it's okay. You can't. I have not given permission because sometimes some naughty students will rename themselves as someone else, etc. Then I will get
Good
confused.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, good afternoon, good evening at least for me. And yeah, I think good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Okay, all through the world. So good. All right. So today is exciting day because today we are going to talk about castling and apasa. And with this, we are going to complete our survey of the basic rules of the game. Okay, there are some more.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
isn't it called En Passant?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so it is the French word, and French, the way it is pronounced as, uh, because it's a French word, we should just try to pronounce it the way they pronounce it. So they do it a very soft pronunciation. So en, they will not say n, they will say okay. It is not passant as we will say, but passant, passant. It is French is a very soft language. So passant. That's how it is. Okay. Yes, but if you don't know it, then you will say it as you said. But since we know about it,
Okay.
we try to say it as that way. Apasa. Okay.
Okay.
And what is the
En
meaning of
Passant.
apasa? It is in passing. N is like in. Okay. During. Okay. It is like on or during. And pasa means while passing. Okay. So and why it is called like that? If you have watched the video, you will already know. Okay, but okay, I will start doing. But what I was saying is, yes, today we are is our 6th week, and we are completing the what do you call? We are completing the overall rules of the game, including all the nuances of movements of pieces and special moves. Right? Today we are looking at special moves because castling and apasa are not ordinary moves, so they are special moves. So we are completing our journey of that, and after this we are almost like midway into the course. So I'm going to propose that we have our Swiss tournament, which has prizes. Till now we are having, today also you are having a practice game,
Sir,
which is just practice,
sir,
right?
sir,
Yeah.
what will we learn after En Passant Castling? Because almost, I think most of the things are covered up. And in L2, what will we learn? Like,
Oh, L2. No, no. Before you go to L2, there are more things to cover. Arav, again, same thing is like your last week's problem. Huh? Try again, maybe log out and thing, because
ex-
last week I think
ex-
you solved it yourself. What was the issue?
excuse
Okay.
me, sir. Sir, this is my house. Sir, this is my house, my laptop. So it's MC1 Aravind.
Okay, okay, that's fine. MC1 order. But I
Excuse.
don't know what is the thing, but you will have to just check and see. But okay, Aiden, you had raised a hand. Is there any question?
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
then, how on the pawn on b4? How does the black pawn on c4 give the white pawn, sir?
That's what I'm going to tell. So if you have watched the video, you'll get an idea. But anyway, I will tell about it. Okay, but what I was fine. I think let us get going with Apasa. So this again, I'm telling you, this is a special move. Okay, so you have to understand that there are some special rules which you have to know. So yeah, normal moves that you know till now, right? Here in the diagram here, you are seeing that the white pawn is moving from b2 to b4. Yeah, it can move 2 squares. Like actually 2 squares itself is a special move, but you know by now, so you don't consider it as that. So which is okay. And now now it has moved 2 squares, but did you notice that? So the why you have to understand the rule of apasa, because first you have to understand that the white is making a double move, which is a special move. Okay, long back in the chess rules, it was not allowed like that. Pawns could only move a only 1 square at a time. But later on, there were some advances done, or rather some changes done. So they allowed the pawn to move 2 squares. Okay, but it is not like you get something free, completely free, like you get an extra square move for the pawns. But then they said that okay, if the other pawn is there, opponent's pawn is there. Okay, you know how the pawns attack, right? They attack sideways. So what they said is, okay, you can make the pawn move 2 squares at the beginning, like b2 to b4, a2 to a4, etc., provided you are not being attacked by opponent's pawn in between. So here what is happening is, can you see the black pawn on c4? It is eyeing the square b3. Okay, and the white pawn is passing through that. From b2 when it is going to b4, it is passing through that. Right? So what they said is, if there is no opponent pawn eyeing that square, then no problem. But if there is an opponent pawn, it is only pawn, huh? Because this special pawn rule is there of two squares. So they said the counter to that, there is always attack and defense, right? If you get offensive, you also have defensive skills. So like that only. So it is like, so what they said is that if there is the opponent's pawn is eyeing the square through which you pass, then let us give the option to the opponent, okay, that on the next move it can kill it, because it was passing through its line of fire. Okay, so Eden, I hope now you understand why that c4 pawn can take the pawn on b3, because the white pawn was passing through it, and you can almost consider that like in a battlefield, right? If somebody you are passing through and the other guy is on a hill and having a gun, then he can always kill the soldier which is down and passing through, right? It is something similar. Okay, so but you have to understand the rules I have put out very well. It is only when the pawn is making, the first pawn is making a special move like a two squares move, and the opponent pawn is in a position that it can attack the square through which it is passing. Okay, only then it is possible, and that too it is not compulsory for the opponent. It is an option, but that option exists only on immediate move. You either take it or you leave it. If you leave it later on, you cannot come, oh, 3 moves back you had moved the pawn like this, and then hence now I'm going to take it. No, when the pawn has moved 2 squares, at that point of time, if the opponent can take it, he has the option to take it. If he leaves it, it's okay, he can make some other move also. Okay, but if he doesn't take it, then that move, that option of En Passant is gone, so it cannot happen on that file again. Okay, I will show this how thing in a this one. So okay, actually this is wait, I will show it here itself first. So that is the reason why the En Passant it is. So I have listed out all of these ones. I'm not going to read through it. You can read through it, but essentially it is possible only when the first pawn is making a two square move, not when it is making a single square move. Okay, which means, see, where can white make a two square move? Only from the second rank to the fourth rank. Because if the pawn is there on the original square on the second rank, then white can move it to fourth rank when it is his turn to move. And that is the only time when if black's pawn is there on the fourth rank, then it can attack and kill the white pawn optionally. Okay. Similarly, from the black side, when does the black make a two square move? When
Sir,
the pawn, yeah, yeah,
sir,
yes. Go ahead, tell.
wanted to ask that, like, if can a pawn do En Passant with a rook, like a rook is beside it, and can a pawn just move it there and the rook dies?
No. That is what I said. So this is only between pawns. So your pawn and the opponent's pawn. That is the thing. It is not between your pawn and opponent's knight or bishop or rook. Similarly, it is not between your rook, pawn or knight and opponent's pawn. Sorry, rook, knight or bishop and queen and opponent's pawn. No, it is not like that. It is only between equals. So your pawn and opponent's pawn, and when they are in this special situation, then only it can happen. Otherwise, it cannot. Okay. So it is only for the pawns. Okay. So I do urge you, if you have not watched the video, to watch it, because then I explain it in very much detail, and plus this handout again I have explained it in detail. Now you will be able to see it. Now when I said that the pawn is the opponent's, it is option for the opponent whether to take it or not, right? There may be some special situation. I'll show you here. See, this is a situation. See, white king, if you see, it is on h4, right? And there are pawns on g4, g3, h3. So white king does not have any other place to move. In front of him also there is another pawn, h5. And on the right side, there is all chessboard is over, right? I mean, you cannot go out of the chessboard. So now this is a special situation. Now here, if black plays, and black king is on h6. So if black plays g5, can you see it is a check to the king, right? Can you check to the king? Now white king, do you remember the rules that we had said about check? How different ways you can protect the king from a check? Can you tell? Can somebody tell? There was an acronym. What was the acronym? There was a simple thing I had said. A, B, and C. Correct. A, B, and C. Arav said, Anjali said, I think Vihan said yes. Now in this case, A is avoid, which is like moving the king. Is it possible to move the king? No, it is not possible to move the king, right? So avoid is not possible. Block, is it possible to block? We said that blocking is possible only if there is a distance between the checking piece and the king. Okay, now here there is no checking distance. It is like a proximity check. The pawn is giving a check to the king, but they are directly in contact. So blocking is also not possible, right? Then what other thing is remaining? Capture. So now in this option, now you have capture. Is it possible to capture in this position now? Okay, now, yeah, normally last week you would have said no, but now that we know about En Passant, can you come again and say whether it is possible to capture? Okay, I think Kanishk has raised his hand. Kanishk, ask your question. Or you raised it by mistake. Okay. Sahi. Yes. I think who has got it? I think Ishan has got it. And yes, Ishan is saying yes. See, now if you apply just now what I said, black pawn is making a 2 square move from the 7th rank to the 5th rank, right? It is moving 2 squares. It is passing through a square.
Sir,
Yes.
I have a doubt. Like if the white pawn is on 6 edge and that black pawn goes from 7G to 6G from the white side, can the pawn do and pass on that time?
No, it cannot. It cannot. It
Only
cannot.
two moves it can.
It is only when the black pawn makes a 2 square move and you pass through a square.
Not one single move, not a single one.
No, when white pawn is there on the 6th rank, there is no En Passant possible. Only it has to be on the 5th rank, because then only it eyes the 6th rank through which the black pawn will pass while making a 2 square move. So it is compulsory. White, if he has to make a En Passant, his pawn will have to be on the 5th rank only. Similarly,
No, sir, I'm asking if the black pawn moves one block, like if it's on that black one and it goes to the white.
no, it is not possible. That's why I'm telling you. It is not possible. Black pawn makes a single square move. En Passant is not possible. Only when black makes a 2 square move, then only this rule comes into picture. Okay.
How white can protect that pawn? How white can protect its king? I know that.
So now I'm coming to that. So now that you know this, so black pawn has moved through 2 squares and moved through G6 square, which is attacked by the white pawn. Okay, and white pawn is on the 5th rank. So all the rules are met now. Black pawn is making a 2 square move. White pawn is next to it. It is on the 5th rank. It is eyeing the square. So at this point of time, white has the option. Normally, we would have said that white has the option. But what does option mean? Option means that white can also not play that move, something else. But here, there is a special case. White king is in check. So king has to be protected. And we saw that A is not possible. B is not possible. Avoid is not possible. Block is not possible. Capture, and it is possible. So you are forced to have the forced to make this move, which is just give me 1 second. Notifications. I will say turn off. Yeah. Okay. So this is, so here it is white is forced to capture this move. This is the way it captures. Now it is En Passant, and obviously now I have not shown, but black, what it will move this and kill this. That's okay. But you saw how this move happened here. Here the white was forced to capture En Passant. Okay, it was possible and there was no other option for white. So he had to play this. Okay, I hope you have got how the En Passant happens. Black pawn moves and white captures it like this. Okay, in normal circumstances, it is optional for white, but this is a special circumstance, so it becomes almost compulsory. Okay, we'll go to the next move, next position. This again similar, almost similar position, but slightly black's king, and there is an extra rook. Okay, now here this is a very funny position. You'll see again, white king is completely blocked by his own pawns. He cannot move anywhere. Now black plays g5. Okay, check. Is avoid possible? No. Is block possible? Blocking? Blocking is also not possible. Okay. Capture. Is capture possible? It would. Now that you know about En Passant, you would have thought that normally you'll think that, okay, En Passant, I will do the capture and I will, this pawn will, my h5 pawn will take the black pawn on g6. However, so that would have happened, but there is a black rook on h7. Yeah, the black rook is on h7. So the white pawn cannot really move out from the thing because the king will get exposed and king will get killed. You cannot make a move which will cause your own king to come into check, right? Because what would be the thing, the game will end there, and hence you are not allowed to make such a move. It is an illegal move. It is illegal to make a move which will cause your own king to come into check. Okay, and why, because then the opponent's move it is, and he can kill the king, and if the king is killed, then the game is over. So obviously you cannot optionally, it is not allowed for you to let your own king be killed. Okay, at the most you can say that, okay, you can agree that I am resigning the game and I say I don't want to continue, you win. That you can say, but you can never allow your own king to get captured voluntarily. Okay, so hence it is illegal. So here the move h5 crosses g6, which is the En Passant, is not possible because there is a black rook is there and it cannot allow this pawn to move, and hence now this is called as a check and mate because the king is in check. Avoid is not possible, block is not possible, and capture is also not possible. What do? King does not have any safe move after this check, and hence this thing is ending. Now this thing is called as checkmate. Okay, in the symbol it is written with a hash. Can you see this symbol after g5? 1 dot dot g5 and hash. That hash is that is the symbol in chess language for checkmate. Okay, yes, you got it, Vihan. Yes, that is the symbol for checkmate. Okay. All right, let me see if I have another example. So here it is a very, very simple example. You see, I have a pawn on b2. White has got a pawn on b2, and it is making a double move, and then now this time block. See, if black has to capture En Passant, black's pawn will always have to be on the 4th rank. Okay, white's on the 5th rank, black's on the 4th rank. Okay, and white has moved 2 pawns. Now black can kill like this. Obviously king will also capture it. He will not leave the pawn like that, so he will take it, but that's okay. But so this move so after b2 and before c takes b3, this move is called as En Passant. Okay. All right. So I think anyone has any questions, doubts about En Passant? I think by now you have seen it. Now we saw 3 examples, plus you have seen the videos and the handout. So then I think you have no questions. I think it is good. So then we will go. So there are some homework that I had given. That's okay. Then we will go to castling. So I think most of you know the rules of the castling, but it is important to know exactly. Okay. So sometimes you may have some slight doubts or some slight misunderstanding. So castling. Okay. Castling is the only move or one of the only moves where 2 different pieces of the same side move at the same time. Okay, so castling mein your own king and your own rook both move at the same time. Like again, it's called as a special move. Why? Because normally you can only move one piece at a time, right? But But castling is the only one where you can move both pieces at the same time. Okay. So, this is what is so special about castling. And then there is some other rules. Okay, it is not that anytime you can just move the things. There is first thing is that you have to know when castling happens, there cannot be anything in between that king and the rook. Okay, it has to be open space. Second,
Sir,
yeah.
is there any castling like in the real, not on online chess, but also in real games, like in real chess?
Yes, yes, of course. I mean, online has come only in the last 15 years or so. Before that, everything was real chess. Real chess, of course, castling has been there since last 500 years. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, tell me, ask.
sir, is that like in chess? Is that like the two? Is there long castling in chess?
Yes,
For chess.
long castling is called as queenside castling. That is also there in chess, both kingside as well as queenside. So here, if you see, notice, see white king, it will move 2 squares to the right if it is going on a kingside castling, and the white rook will come next to the king. So king from E1, white if he is making a castling, king will go to G1, from
Sir,
E1 via F1 to G1, and the rook will come to F1. Okay, please hold on, just hold on your question. Let me explain. Similarly, if white wants to do the queenside castling, again there should not be anything in between. King will move 2 steps. From E1, he will go to C1 on the left side. Okay, and the rook will come next to it. To it in the center means D1. So the rook will come from A1 to D1. King will go to C1 if white is doing a queenside castling. Okay, if white is going a kingside castling, then he will go to G1 and rook will come to F1. Okay, similarly for black, both sides it is exactly same. Okay, but what are the rules? There are some additional rules. Not only there should not be any space between the king and the rook, king should not have moved. Okay, if king makes any move, then after that you cannot make any castle. Okay, after castling, if you move the king, that is up to you. But before castling, if you move the king, then castling is not allowed. Okay, king has to be on E1 square. Not only E1 square, it should not have moved. So it cannot happen that, oh, it goes to F2 and again comes back to E1 and then you say, oh, now I want to castle. No, because the moment king has moved, then castling rights are gone. Okay, you cannot castle after that. Okay, then there is one more rule. Just like En Passant rule is there, where the pawn is passing through something where the opponent's pawn is firing. But here, because of the king is making a 2 square move, okay, there is a special condition that the square through which the king passes. Yeah, I will tell about the sign. Don't worry about the sign too much right now. But yeah, you're right. The 000 means is a queenside castle and 00 means the kingside castle. But okay, what I was coming back to is king is passing through a square from E1 to G1. It passes through F1 and finally lands on G1. Both those squares through which the king passes or the king finally lands should not be in check. Okay, in fact the king cannot be in check even when you want to make a castle. So when the king is say on king side castle, if you are doing, then king cannot be in check and both f1 and g1 square cannot be attacked by opponent's piece means including pawn. Okay, nothing can be this one, then only you can make. Otherwise, what is the thing? Just as pawn was killed in transit, your king will be killed in transit and the game would end, and then there is no game possible, and hence you are not allowed to make such a move which will kill your own king. Okay, so similarly, if king is moving a, say, black king, it is on e8 and it wants to make a queenside castle. So from e8 it will go to c8, right? Here it will go to, and the rook will come next to it on d8. Now king on e8 should not be in check when you are trying to castle, and the squares d8 as well as the c8 squares should not be attacked by the opponents. Then only you can castle queenside. Okay, so these are all the rules of the castling. Again, I have explained it very clearly here. All the rules. There are 5 rules. You can go through it and you can kind of remember it, but once you do it, then you will you will not have issue. It is just that thing. So I have some special positions to show, so that oops, okay, forward. Just 1 second. Huh. Okay, so this is, can you see this position? It is in this position, right? It is in this position. See, white, can he castle on the king side if white's to move? Can he castle on the king side? Yes. Okay. I think Vihan is saying yes, and he's right, because see, you can say that the black rook is attacking the h1 rook, but it is not about h file being attacked. White currently is not in check. We can assume that the king has not moved. I mean, I will tell you, and f1 is not attacked by somebody. G1 is not attacked. H1 is attacked, but that's okay. King is not going to h1 square. King is only going through f1 to g1. So it is possible for white to castle in this position. Okay. However, it cannot be actually, if you see, white cannot be making a move, because it is, white is already given a check to the king. Okay, so just to, I mean,
But
just to,
black cannot do castling.
so black,
Cannot
if
do
you see,
castling when it's a check.
black, if you see, black cannot do castling at this point of time. Okay, it is in check. So first of all, black will have to prevent it. Let us say he prevents it by playing bishop to d7. Now there is no check. Now it is white's turn. White can castle king side. He can, yes. Can he castle queen side?
No.
He cannot castle queen side, right? Why? Because there is a queen in between the rook and the king. So you cannot castle. Okay. So let us say white castles. Let us say white. Let us say white does not castle. White simply. Now let us look at black's position now. Okay. White plays bishop to d5. Now he is attacking the square g8. Can you see marked in green? Now black, can he castle king side? No, because the king will land on g8. If he does, a black does a king side castle, he will land on g8, which is attacked by the white bishop. So king side castling is not possible. What about queen side castling? Queen side castling, it is allowed. Queen side, black is allowed to make a queen side castle, because though white bishop is attacking the a8 square, the rook square, okay, but it is not attacking any of the squares of the king. Okay, so black can, if he wants, he can go like this. Okay, so this is the queen side castle. King has moved 2 squares and the rook has come next to it. So this is allowed. This is a legal move here. If you just go back here, could he do king side castle? Yes, he could also, before white moved. Okay, so after playing, I think it okay, we are looking at white's move. So white could have moved king side castle here, right? After white has made king side castle, can now black make king side castle? No, you are right. Vihan is right again, and Kanishk is also right, because now you see the white rook, earlier it was on h1, now it has come to f1. It is attacking the square f8. Okay, f8 is now under attack. This square is under attack now.
It
So
cannot pass because it's the rule of castling that when a part is attacked, when you do castling, you cannot do castling. But
you cannot cross a square which is attacked, and now the f8 square is attacked by the white rook, so king will not be able to make a king side castle. But however, if he wants, he can always make a queen side castle. He can make it. Okay, and do you see this symbol? Two zeros. Two zeros means it is castle is king side. Three zeros means dash. Three zeros with dash in between, it is castle queen side. This is how it is written. Okay, fine. I will very quickly see if there is a one more. Yeah, this is, with this we will end it, and then you can go to practice. Now can you see in this thing, it is white to move. Okay, and let us say First of all, white, can he castle white? White to move. Can he castle king side? No. Correct. He cannot castle king side because there is some other. There is no open space between the white king and the white rook. So it is not allowed. Even if opponent's piece is also there, then also you cannot castle. Okay. So because the knight is on g1, it is blocking. So white cannot castle king side. What about, can white castle queen side? Ishan is saying yes. Arav is saying no. No, wait. I think both the arrows. No. White can castle queen side because what was the rule? Why you are thinking it cannot castle? Because you are saying that the bishop on g6 is eyeing the b1 square, which I have shown in the arrow. But b1 square, king is never reaching or passing through that b1 square. It is only going up to c1. Okay, rook can pass through the opponent's fire, no problem. King cannot pass. So here white can make a queen side castle. Okay. क्या हो गया इधर एक मिनट yeah here white can make a queenside castle is possible because the bishop's fire is next to the king, not on the king. Okay, now let us say we castle queenside. Now what about black? Can he castle kingside? No, because there is a black white bishop is there which is eyeing the f8 square, so through which it cannot pass, right? What about black king? Can it castle queenside? Neither queenside because the knight is attacking which square? C8 square, through which, on which the king will come. If a king castles on the king side.
So tournament is already started.
Yeah, I know, but it's okay. If all of you are there, nothing will happen. It's okay. So king, if he goes into the queen side castle, then king will land on c8, which is already attacked by the knight. So king cannot get into check. So hence black king in this position is not able to make castle on either side. Okay. So I hope you have got it. Queenside, all castling rules as well as the En Passant. With this we complete it. So I will, yes, now I will end the class now and you can go back to the practice arena. Okay. If you have any questions, you can post it on the WhatsApp. Okay.
Bye, sir.
Okay. Bye everyone. I'm going to stop the recording.